Bonjour, this is Fabulously Delicious, the French food podcast, your ticket to all things French cuisine, from buttery Parisian croissants to the finest cheeses of France. We explore the food, wine, and traditions that make French gastronomy so extraordinary. French cooking isn't just about recipes, it's about passion, history, and savoring life one bite at a time. On the podcast, we uncover the stories behind iconic dishes, discover hidden culinary gems, and meet the chefs, home cooks, and artisans that bring these flavors to life. I'm your host, Andrew Pryor. Enchanté.
Enchanté.
Once I was a contestant on MasterChef Australia, and now I call France home, spending my days cooking, tasting, exploring, and celebrating the incredible food of this beautiful country. So pour yourself a glass of wine, that's of course if you're not driving, grab a slice of crusty baguette, and get ready to indulge in another fabulously delicious journey. If you've ever dreamt of the perfect French countryside, stone houses with blue shutters, winding rivers reflecting golden sunsets, and the gentle hum of cicadas in the summer air, then you probably imagined the Périgord. This lush corner of southwest France feels like a page torn from a storybook. Every village seems to have its own secret. A market filled with the scent of truffles, a little restaurant serving duck confit perfected over generations, or a walnut orchard glowing amber in the late afternoon light. The Périgord isn't just a region, it's a way of life, one deeply rooted in the rhythm of the land and the seasons. It's where food is not merely eaten, but celebrated, where the simple act of slicing a piece of foie gras or drizzling walnut oil over a salad is done with reverence, care, and, of course, a little glass of Bergerac wine. Many call Périgord the heart of French gastronomy. It's a bold claim. After all, France has many culinary hearts. But the Périgord earns that title through its authenticity. It's a region that has held on tightly to its traditions, its recipes, and its respect for the ingredients that come from its soil and its forests. Here, the truffle reigns supreme. The so-called black diamond of French cuisine finds one of its finest expressions in the oak-rich woods of the Périgord noir. But this isn't just truffle territory. It's also the land of duck and goose, or rillettes and confits, of chestnuts, mushrooms, and of course walnuts. The food of the Périgord is hearty, earthy, and honest. It's comfort food, but elevated, rustic luxury at its finest. So in this episode of Fabulously Delicious, we're heading deep into this magical part of France to explore its flavors, its people, and its traditions. We'll wander through markets bursting with produce, visit restaurants where recipes haven't changed for centuries, and maybe, just maybe, uncover a few of the region's delicious secrets. Welcome to the Périgord, a place where every meal tells a story. Before we dive into the food, let's get our bearings. The Périgord lies in the southwest of France, within the modern-day department of the Dordogne. If you're looking at a map, it's nestled between the vineyards of Bordeaux to the west and the rolling hills of the Limousin to the east. Toulouse is a few hours south, and Paris, well, it's a world away in spirit, even if only a train ride in distance. But here's where it gets a little interesting. The Périgord isn't just one region. Historically, it's been divided into 4 distinct areas, each with its own personality, color, and of course, flavor. There's Périgord vert, or green Périgord, named for its lush forests and meadows that seem to glow after a summer rain. It's the most northern part of the region, filled with the chestnut trees, rivers, and the kind of gentle scenery that inspires long lunches and even longer naps. Then there's the Périgord blanc, or white Périgord, centered around the city of Périgord. It's called white, not for the snow, but for its pale limestone cliffs and buildings. This area is the historical and administrative heart of the region. And if you're a fan of pâtés and foie gras, you'll feel right at home here. Next is purple Périgord, named for the vineyards that surround Bergerac and ripple across the landscape like deep red velvet in autumn. Wine is the soul of this area, with Bergerac AOC wines, red, white and sweet ones, offering a gentler, often more affordable alternative to Bordeaux. And finally, Périgord noir, or black Périgord. Despite its name, it's not dark or gloomy. The black refers to the oak forests that cloak its valleys, the home of the precious black truffle. This is perhaps the most famous of the four, home to medieval towns like Sarladaises, often considered one of the most beautiful towns in France. It's here amid the ancient streets and bustling markets that the region's culinary magic truly shines. The geography of the Périgord is as rich and varied as its food. Rivers like the Dordogne and the Verzée snake through deep valleys, reflecting castles perched on cliffs and villages that seem frozen in time. The soil shifts from limestone to clay, from vineyard-perfect slopes to truffle-rich woods. And that, perhaps, is the key to understanding the region's cuisine. The duck that provides confit and gras feeds on local corn. The walnut trees yield their golden oil that flavors countless dishes. The forests hide mushrooms and truffles, while the vineyards, well, they offer wines that pair perfectly with it all. In the Périgord, geography isn't just scenery, it's sustenance. If there's one ingredient that defines the Périgord, it's the truffle noix de Périgord, the famous black truffle, known as the black diamond of France. This earthy treasure grows hidden beneath oak and hazelnut trees, quietly waiting for winter to reveal its perfume. The scent is intoxicating, musky, deep, almost magical, and it transforms even the simplest dish into something extraordinary. Whether shaved over scrambled eggs, nestled into pâté, or paired with foie gras, the truffle is the symbol of Périgord luxury. It's not uncommon for markets in places like Sarlat to fill with truffle hunters and gourmands alike, all leaning in to take a deep breath of that unmistakable aroma, a scent that once experienced is never forgotten. And then there's foie gras, the region's most famous delicacy, and perhaps its most debated. But in the Périgord, foie gras is a matter of heritage. It's part of the rhythm of rural life. Whether from duck or goose, it's prepared with precision, often served simply with a sprinkle of fleur de sel, a glass of wine, and a slice of toasted pain de campagne. The pâté de Périgord takes the reverence even further, a rich combination of pork and foie gras, and truffle that epitomizes the decadence of the region. These dishes are not about extravagance for its own sake. They're about the craftsmanship and respect passed down through generations, celebrating both animal and land. But the Périgord story isn't just one of indulgence. It's also a tale of the earth itself. The noix de Périgord, or Périgord walnut, has been cultivated here since Roman times, and its smooth, buttery flavor infuses everything from salads to cakes. Pressed into huile de noix de Périgord, the walnuts produce a fragrant golden oil that adds warmth and richness to vinaigrettes, vegetables, and even desserts. And then there's the châtain de Périgord, the humble chestnuts that have sustained locals through centuries of hard winters. Roasted, pureed, or baked into pastries, they're a reminder of the region's rustic roots. Alongside them, ceps, those meaty wild mushrooms known to the rest of the world as porcini, fill the forest after rain. Their nutty aroma mixing with the scent of damp earth and fallen leaves. Together, these ingredients tell a story of a cuisine born from the woods and the soil. And of course, no visit to the Périgord would be complete without the magret de canard, the seared duck breast that has become a culinary ambassador of the region. crispy on the outside, tender and pink within. It's often served with pommes de terre, sarladaises, golden potatoes cooked slowly in duck fat with garlic and parsley. The combination is divine, simple yet deeply satisfying. A dish that captures the very essence of Périgord cooking. To finish on a lighter note, the fraises de Périgord, the region's sun-sweet strawberries, add a touch of brightness to the table. Whether served fresh, turned into jam, or paired with a splash of local walnut liqueur, they remind you that in the Périgord, even dessert is tied to the land. If the truffle is the jewel of the Périgord, then the omelette or truffe is perhaps its most elegant setting. This simple, almost humble dish, just eggs, a touch of butter, and those intoxicating truffle shavings, embody the Périgord's philosophy. Take the finest ingredients and let them speak for themselves. It's often served at breakfast during truffle season, when the scent of freshly shaved truffle fills the kitchen before you even lift your fork. And for those who prefer something a little more woodsy, the omelette or cèpe, which is filled with meaty porcini mushrooms, or ceps, gathered from the nearby forests. It's a pure rustic perfection, earthy, buttery, and fragrant, and it's a taste of autumn in every bite. Planning a trip to France, heading to Paris, or maybe you're one of those lucky ones already living in this incredible city. Whether you are planning your dream foodie adventure or just looking to savor the best that Paris has to offer, I've got you covered. After years of living in and indulging my way through the city of lights, love and good food, I'm thrilled to share all my fabulous discoveries with you, my fabulously delicious audience. If you love French food as much as I do, then this book is made for you. Introducing the 2025 edition of Paris, a fabulous food guide to the world's most delicious city. This isn't just an update, it's a celebration of all things food in Paris, packed with even more hand-picked recommendations. The guide now features expanded sections on restaurants, cafes, bars, fromageries, patisseries, boulangeries, and so much more. Plus, I've even added exciting sections for vegan and vegetarian options, dining with a view, and a revamped and expanded food walking tour to help you explore the city one bite at a time. With over 400 listings, including iconic foodie streets, gourmet supply stores, wine bars, and more, this guide is the ultimate companion for anybody that's craving a true taste of Paris. Whether you're hunting down flaky croissants, creamy cheeses, or a perfectly poured café creme, you'll find it all inside. Grab your copy today at andrewpryorfabulously.com, where you can order a signed and gift packaged edition, perfect for those food-loving friends and family. Or head to Amazon, where it's available in print and on Kindle for instant foodie access. Bon appétit and happy exploring, mes amis. For heartier appetites, the Périgord offers dishes that feel like a warm embrace. There's the confit de canard, duck slowly cooked in its own fat until the meat falls from the bone with the gentlest of touches. The pommes de terre de sarladaises, which are potatoes, golden from duck fat and fleckled with garlic and parsley, they're the perfect companion to any duck dish. Add a spoonful of the sauce Périgord, which is made rich with foie gras and truffle, and you've got a meal that captures the essence of Périgord indulgence. But the region also shines in its charcuterie and rustic fare. The pâté de Périgord, studded with truffles and foie gras, remains one of its proudest creations, whilst roulette d'oie, or slow-cooked shredded goose, preserved in its own fats, offers something both comforting and luxurious. There's échaume périgordin, tender pork loin cooked slowly in garlic and its own juices, a dish once made by farmers preparing meat to last through the winter. And then there's the mick, a kind of bread dumpling traditionally served in simmering broth alongside a pot au four. Humble peasant food that now feels wonderfully nostalgic. Even the lièvre royale, a noble dish of hare braised in red wine with foie gras and truffles, has deep roots in the region, combining elegance and intensity in a way, well, only the French can. And of course there's dessert, that sweet reward after all the richness. The tarte au noix and gâteau au noix, made with local walnuts and often drizzled with honey or walnut liqueur, are two of the region's most beloved treats. They're as comforting as they are delicious. In autumn, chestnuts appear roasted, pureed, or even folded into cakes. Spring and summer bring the sweetness of the fraise de Périgord, macerated in red wine, creating the delicately perfumed strawberries à la vin rouge, a dessert that's as simple as it is seductive. And for something lighter but utterly luxurious, the salad Périgordine offers a mix of greens, gizzards, walnuts, and slivers of duck or foie gras. A salad, yes, but in the Périgord, even a salad is a feast. All of this could be washed down naturally with a glass of Bergerac. And let's not forget the countryside itself, the rolling pastures and small farms that give life to poulet de Périgord, free range and full of flavour, and agneau de Périgord, lamb tender from grazing on the region's grassy hills. These are the foundations of Périgord cuisine, honest, local, and prepared with love, from the grandest truffled omelette to the simplest roast chicken. Every dish tells a story of this generous land and the people who cook from it with both pride and patience. The rolling hills of the purple Périgord are blanketed in vineyards that have been cultivated since Roman times, producing wines every bit as charming as the region itself. Bergerac wines may live in the shadow of their glamorous Bordeaux neighbours, but those in the know appreciate their approachability and authenticity. From light, fruity reds to crisp whites and rosés perfect for summer lunches. Bergerac wines are honest, food-friendly, and surprisingly affordable. Among them, the Pêchemort AOC stands out. Deep, velvety reds with notes of plum, spice, and a touch of the region's earthy terroir. These are wines made to accompany duck, truffles, and all the comforting dishes that define the Périgord. And then there's the golden gem of the region, the Montbalziac AOC. This luscious, sweet wine, kissed by the morning mist of the Dordogne River, owes its character to the noble rot, which concentrates the grapes, sugars, and flavours. The result is a honey nectar with notes of apricot, almond, and orange blossom, often served chilled alongside foie gras. A pairing that's nothing short of divine. To round off a meal, many locals reach for liqueur de noix, a walnut liqueur made by steeping green walnuts in brandy or eau de vie with sugar and spices. Smooth, nutty, and slightly bittersweet, it's a taste of the Périgord in liquid form. Rustic yet refined, the perfect digestive to toast off the land of truffles, ducks, and timeless flavour. While Périgord is often celebrated for its rustic, comforting cuisine, it's also a region where traditional meets innovation on the plate. At the heart of this evolution are chefs like Vincent Arnaud of Le Vieux Logis, whose Michelin-starred restaurant transforms local produce into refined, artful expressions of the Dordogne terroir. Maxime Lebrun at Le Grand Bleu in Sarlat brings youthful energy and creativity to his seasonal menus, where truffles, duck, and river fish take on elegant new forms. And then there's Pierre Cole at La Table de Imaginaire, who's a storyteller in his own right. Each dish is a poetic reflection of the region's forests, valleys, and traditions, interpreted through a modern lens. Together, these chefs represent a new generation of Périgord talent, carrying the region's culinary heritage proudly into the future. Across the region, exceptional restaurants continue to honour this spirit of excellence and imagination. In Périgord, the love of food is something to celebrate, and the region hosts a remarkable array of festivals and markets that draw gourmands from near and far. The winter truffle markets, especially in Sarlat, are legendary. Stalls bring with them black truffles, and the air is heavy with their intoxicating aroma as chefs, collectors, and curious visitors gather to admire and buy these black diamonds. Autumn brings the walnut and chestnut festivals, where locals showcase the season's bounty from roasted chestnuts to walnut cakes and liqueurs, alongside artisanal products and crafts. Montbalziac celebrates its sweet wines with a vintage and tasting festival, pairing the local golden nectar with foie gras and regional pastries in joyful communal meals. But it's not just about ingredients. Périgord also honours its culinary heritage through celebratory dishes and competitions. Foie gras fairs allow farmers and producers to display their craft, while local cooking contests often feature traditional specialities like the pâté de Périgord or mic, each keeping their recipes alive for future generations. Seasonal events often coincide with bustling village markets, where strawberries, wild mushrooms and fresh produce take centre stage. In the Périgord, food festivals are more than entertainment. They are a living expression of the land's generosity, a way for locals and visitors alike to taste, share and honour a rich culinary culture that has been nurtured for centuries. As we reach the end of our journey through the Périgord, it's clear why this region is considered one of France's culinary treasures. From the earthy allure of black truffles to the rich indulgence of the foie gras, from tender magre de canard to the nutty sweetness of walnuts and chestnuts, every ingredient tells the story of the land, tradition and care. Here, food is not just something to eat, it's a way of life, a celebration of the seasons, and a testament to the generations of farmers, foragers, and chefs who have devoted themselves to perfecting the flavours of the region. Each meal is an experience, a connection to history, culture, and the natural bounty of the Dordogne. Périgord is also a place of discovery. Its villages, markets, and festivals invite visitors to slow down, explore, and savour, whether tasting a freshly shaved truffle at a winter market, sharing a slice of walnut cake with locals, or sipping Montbolziac alongside a slice of foie gras. The region's chefs and restaurants, from traditional auberges to Michelin-starred tables, showcase both innovation and heritage, ensuring that the Périgord cuisine continues to evolve whilst remaining deeply rooted in the past. For anyone passionate about food, wine, and the joys of authentic French living, Périgord isn't just a destination, it's an invitation to taste, experience, and fall in love, one bite at a time. And that's a wrap on our delicious journey through the Périgord. Which Périgord treasure inspired you the most? The intoxicating black truffles, the rich foie gras, or maybe the sweet strawberries and red wine? Yum. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode of Fabulously Delicious, then the best way to support the show is by leaving a review and rating the podcast. It really helps other food lovers discover Fabulously Delicious. And for even more fabulous French food content, don't forget to sign up to my Substack newsletter, where I share recipe stories and insider tips from my life here in rural France. And of course, follow me on Instagram at Andrew Pryor Fabulously for behind-the-scenes glimpses, foodie adventures, and more inspiration from the regions that I explore. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour of the Périgord. Your love of French cuisine keeps every episode exciting to create. Remember my motto, whatever you do it fabulously. Merci beaucoup, and as always, bon app. Until next time, au revoir.